What's going on, y'all? Machiavelli Mills TV. Y'all hit that like button and hit the subscribe button for me. So look, y'all, I'm seeing it, and I've already addressed this in a previous video that I made. But I'm seeing, like, on the Shade Room and stuff, people are trying to compare. They're like, yo, why did Paul Pierce get fired for hanging out with strippers and smoking weed when he was at home, and Shannon Sharpe was having relations with a woman on Instagram Live, and he didn't get in trouble, you know what I mean? And they both worked for ESPN, both owned by Disney, so what was the difference? And I'm going to tell y'all what the difference is, right? Well, one, a lot of people are alluding to the fact that this probably was staged, and ESPN may already have known what was going on, but they don't care because they know it's going to bring viewership to their channel, to their network in a major way, even though it doesn't align with what a Disney-owned company should be promoting, right? And even in the event that it wasn't staged and Shannon Sharpe actually was having relations with someone and went on live stream, right, on accident, right? Even if that went down like that, Shannon Sharpe was still not going to get fired by ESPN. The reason is because Shannon moves the needle in a way that Paul Pierce does not move the needle. He doesn't. The truth, Paul Pierce was an outstanding basketball player. He was excellent. He was a worthy talent, not worthy, but he's an NBA champion, NBA Finals MVP. He was a dog on the court, right? But when it comes to the media field, Shannon Sharpe is a media giant. He is. You see the numbers that Nightcap do. Nightcap did 1 million streams after the incident, right? But even before then, look how many subscribers the Nightcap channel has. Look how many subscribers Club Shay Shay has. Look how many people tuned in the moment it was announced that Shannon Sharpe was going to be Stephen A. Smith's co-host going forth. And that was only for 2 days a week. 2 days a week originally. It was only for Monday and Tuesday every week. People was like, yo, when stuff happened on a Tuesday night, people was mad, like, yo, Shannon not gonna be able to be on ESPN First Take. I would love to hear what he has to say across a table, across a desk from Stephen A. Smith. I would love to see him and Stephen A. Smith's banter about this subject. But man, Shannon only on 2 days a week. You had people clamoring for Shannon to be on more, which is why I believe ESPN gave Shannon Sharpe more money so he can make more appearances throughout the week, right? And again, it's all about who drives up the revenue streams. Paul Pierce is not driving up the revenue streams at ESPN. He wasn't. Now he did a really solid job on FS1 Undisputed in the last few months of the show. He was a great addition, but it was too little too late by the time he came on. Skip and Keyshawn Johnson and Richard Sherman and Michael Irvin and Rachel Nichols, they had lost their luster already on that platform. And so the show was basically, when Shannon Sharpe was left, the show lost its luster anyway, and it was going to be hard to replace Shannon with anybody. But yet and still, man, Paul got a podcast, I believe. It ain't doing nowhere near the numbers that Shannon Sharpe's podcast does. Neither one of them, Club Shay Shay or Nightcap. People aren't like, yo, Shannon Sharpe is a household name now. As great as Paul Pierce was as a player, your girlfriend don't know who Paul Pierce is. Your baby mama don't know who Paul Pierce is. Your wife don't know who Paul Pierce is. Your mama, your grandmama, your great auntie, your granddaddy, grandma, sister. They don't know who they don't know who Paul Pierce is, but they know who Shannon Sharpe is because Shannon is always in the news cycle. He's always talked about on social media. He's always doing something funny. How many women y'all know watch Nightcap that don't even watch sports? People watch Nightcap to hear Ocho and Shannon's stories from college and when they were early in the NFL, hearing about their dating life, their relationship advice, hearing funny stories about them, hearing them tell all these, Shannon's stories about his grandmama and his grandfather living in rural South Georgia and all of that. Like, people tune in. These women a lot of people didn't even know that Shannon Sharpe played football, and he's a Hall of Fame tight end who really kind of revolutionized the position. He the first tight end to really put up wide receiver numbers. For real, 10,000 some yards at the time Shannon retired. He was I believe he had the most yards that a tight end had ever amassed, ever. You know what I mean? At the time he retired. So people don't even, and a lot of people didn't even know. Shannon say people come up to him in the streets and say, "Did you ever play football? You know so much about football, right?" And he say, I tell him, I played a little bit here and there, right? And for real though, people don't know. Shannon has become more famous post-career than during his career. And you can't say the same for Paul Pierce. You can't. And in any situation, I use the malice in the palace. If Michael Jordan or LeBron James would have gotten into that scuffle, if they played with the Detroit Pistons or the Indiana Pacers, do you think the NBA would have suspended them for an entire year the same way they did Ron Artest, aka Meta World Peace? Do you think they would have suspended them for an entire year? Hell no. The NBA needs Michael Jordan. They need LeBron James. Like mega figures, larger than life figures who move the dial, who get the needle moving, who really get people to tune in. They couldn't risk them being out for the whole season. Hell no. They're like, listen, LeBron, MJ, we gonna give y'all 25 games. That's the most we giving y'all, 25. We need y'all back. We need y'all back to help your team make a playoff push if they not gonna make it without y'all. And we need y'all back in time for y'all to get in game shape to make a deep playoff run, because hell, we need y'all. Them ratings talk. Them ratings talk, man. And yeah, Shannon did something inappropriate, but ESPN, they need them ratings, fam. I bet you they can't wait until Shannon is back on ESPN First Take. When he comes back, boy, the joke's gonna be flying. I bet you First Take finna have viewership out the wazoo, as the old heads say. Viewership finna be skyrocketing. First Take finna do bigger numbers than they probably did in a long time. In a long, long time. Probably since that damn Game 7 that LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers won against the Golden State Warriors to come back down from 3-1. It's going to be bigger viewership than probably as big as that. Because the world want to see how Molly Karam, Stephen A. Smith, how they going to respond to Shannon Sharpe, Dan Orlovsky. How they going to respond to Shannon after that situation happened. Seriously, it's crazy, y'all. You know, people can say it's childish and all of that too, and I hear you, right? Oh man, he too grown for that. I hear you, right? But everybody was talking about it, and Disney and ESPN, they want them numbers. They want them numbers because it brings in money, and like the movie Chris Tucker starred in, money talks in all situations. So. Yeah, you can't compare. You can compare the situations, but Shannon Sharpe and Paul Pierce don't compare in media stature. They don't. Shannon Sharpe is a media giant now, and ain't no way around it. Hold on. Y'all been taking me back to my college days when Future ain't no way around it. That was my joint. But anyway, yeah. So it is what it is, man. He's not going to get reprimanded. He's not going to get let go. Like Paul Pierce was, because they know people will get mad if Shannon get let go anyway, because they love Shannon. A lot of people love him, and yeah, they need that viewership, fam. They need that controversy. Controversy sells. Whether it's good, what they say, all press is good press sometimes. Whether it's good or bad, it gets the people going. It get people talking. And I guarantee you, when he come back on First Take, it's up. It's up and it's stuck. Ryan Clark and them finna be joking with him. Shout out to Newt. Ryan Clark, they finna be joking with Shannon and everything, man. It's gonna be a riot. And it's the first time you probably gonna see people joking on ESPN about a sexual situation. I promise you, right? And joking so openly about it, you know? So I can't wait to see what happens. But yeah, you can't compare Paul Pierce and Shannon Sharpe in media stature at all. Machiavelli Mills TV. I'm out, y'all. Peace.